Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dave from Concealed Carry VA, and today we're going to talk about some places that are prohibited from carrying a concealed weapon in Virginia. And most of these you're prohibited from carrying a weapon, whether it's concealed or open, but we're focused mostly now on concealed, so that's what we're really talking about. The first one is in a church or place of worship. However, you are allowed to do that if you have good and sufficient reason. Now, what defines good and sufficient reason might be open for debate. Personally, I think if you're carrying to protect yourself and others, that's a pretty darn good and sufficient reason. But make sure that it's okay where you are, and the easiest way to do this is just to get permission from the pastor or whoever's in charge of that church or place of worship. They can kind of give you permission, and then you're good to go. In a courthouse. So typically you're going to have to go through metal detectors and stuff anyway. They're not going to like it if you go through that metal detector and then they pull out a handgun. So not allowed to carry in courthouse. On school property. So for the most part on school property, you are not allowed to have a firearm. They did just recently amend this just a little bit, so you can actually have a firearm in a vehicle with you as long as you're still with it, and like out in a parking lot, or if you're picking up your student and going through the little bus circle to pick them up. As long as it's in the vehicle with you, then you're okay. But if you do have kids or go to school regularly, or if you work at a school, you should probably look at the code section and just get the full details. Airport terminals, so don't bring your firearm to an airport. They tend to not like that. Federal buildings. So some federal buildings, land, property, anything federal, usually it's a bad idea to bring firearms. The feds tend not to like that too much. The big thing that trips people up here is this includes a post office. So your local post office, you should not be carrying a concealed weapon. That is federal property, and you can face federal charges for that. And it's going to be posted also on the door. That's going to say no firearms. But make sure you follow that one, because that's not just private property, that's federal property. National parks are actually okay as long as the state allows it. So depending on where you're at, some states do, some don't. But national parks can be okay as long as the state is okay with it. National forests, so in Virginia, except when you're hunting or going to the shooting range, you're actually not allowed to have a firearm on national forest property. And most public colleges and universities actually prohibit concealed carry and firearms. So if you're going to be going to a public college university or passing through, just make sure you look up that school and see what their policies are. Most of these, it's more along the lines of student or employee policies or trespassing related issues, but still definitely check that out, because that could be important to know if you live or are traveling near a college or university. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you would, let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and click that like button. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.